Hey, sexy people. All right. Not all superheroes wear capes. And guess who proved this to us? Mr. Chadwick Boseman, aka T'Challa himself, aka Black Panther. That's what he showed us with his life and his legacy. So today we are going to dive into what he revealed to us about how to transcend any hardship, live in your purpose, and become a real life superhero yourself. All right, stick around. Welcome back. Tasha Caulfield here, writer, comedian, author of The Care and Feeding of Sex Symbols, here once again for us smart and sexy, pretty messes to help us feel more loved, secure, and on top of our world. All right, so as everybody knows, last week, Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther, passed away. And it was brought to our attention that while he was making these great films and also playing the character T'Challa in movies like Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, that he had been privately battling colon cancer and undergoing several surgeries and treatments over the last few years. Now, as some of you may know, last week I did a story time video on how I transcended my own, challenges in my origin story. But if this doesn't make for an even better teachable moment, I don't know what does. Because not only did Chadwick transcend hardships that leave most of us bedridden and depressed, he lived in his purpose at the same time and became a real life superhero while doing it. Okay? Like, how dope is that? Like, how dope is that? All right, so without further ado, let's get into the life lessons that his life had to teach us. To begin with, and to be as concise and to the point as possible, in a world where there's so many people who are sick and in desperate need of help, the ultimate solution to transcending hardships, living in your purpose, and becoming a real life superhero is to switch roles in this metaphorical hospital room called life. This means that you have to deliberately get up out of your hospital bed and go from patient to doctor and give somebody the love, help, and support that you yourself are looking for. Now, to do that, you have to use your talents and your abilities and use them in a way that'll help someone else, especially someone that you can relate to or sympathize with or whatever. That's what it means to live in your purpose. Now, a few things about this word purpose. As Chadwick Boseman pointed out in his commencement speech at Howard, your purpose is something that's revealed to you over time. Like, it's not something that you sit down and you figure out and then you go out and you do. It's something that comes out of how you use your talents and your abilities to serve others. And since the way you use your talents and abilities to serve others can change, through different seasons of your life or at different stages, that also means that your purpose changes. The role you play changes. So your purpose is dynamic, it's changeable. Your talents and your abilities are what stay the same. So don't get bogged down trying to, make a mission statement out of your life, like in that way or whatever. It's not really the best use of your time. It's completely overrated. And, it's unnecessary because your purpose is not there for you to make money off of or anything like that. Most superhero work is done in the dark. All right, Spider-Man had a day job. Batman came from family money. Like, it's not there to bring you money or attention or anything like that. It's there for you to help. It can do those things, for some people it does that for them as well, but they're not tied together necessarily by any means. And if you want the soul satisfying benefits of actually living in your purpose, it's best to just focus on how can I use my talents and abilities to help other people that, I can relate to what they're going through. Now, when it comes to your talent is basically something that comes easier to you or more natural to you than it does to a lot of other people. It's something that you can get lost in for hours. So pay attention to what excites you when you do it. And if you don't have anything that excites you, like you're like, I don't, I'm not interested, nothing, I don't feel moved to do anything, then you might want to check out my book, The Art of Laziness, What Creatives Do in Doing Nothing, because that's all about how to navigate that stage. This is also why I'm always yammering on too about, doing what makes you feel good and things like that. It's important because it leads you to your purpose. So pay attention to, your talents, abilities, skills, hobbies, whatever that you get lost in, and think about how you can use them to serve somebody out there whose life can be made easier as a result of your interest. Maybe you're interested in cooking or accounting or whatever, dancing, designing. How can you use these things to help somebody else? Maybe it's to teach them how to have this outlet or to do that and give them some reprieve, or maybe it's to support them so that they don't have to worry about that, while they're focused on dealing with something else. It could be video games, it could be designing stuff, it could be working out, it could be listening to people, it could be writing letters, a lot of things. Like whatever your interests are, like search out organizations or people who are, have similar afflictions that you have, whether it's an actual medical condition or something, like an emotional situation. Maybe it's, loneliness that you've been dealing with, or maybe it's feeling unwanted or whatever, like the kids that I was locked up with. Like, who out there can benefit from, what you feel is a loss in yourself? And it doesn't even have to be that far. It doesn't even have to be in an organization or someone out there. Maybe it's someone in your house. Maybe it's someone in your neighborhood. Coming from the crazy background I came from, where I didn't feel nurtured or cared for, things like that. Outside of writing these books and doing these videos and stuff like that, it also got me to join mentoring organizations or work with dogs who are like, basically, thrown away and don't have places to go. You literally have to shift the focus from yourself and put it onto someone else. This is what it means when they say the world needs you. The world needs your special brand of effed upness. Like whatever you've gone through, that is its own blend that someone else who also, has similar feelings can use the help that only came out of what you're going through or what you've gone through. Plus, this also benefits you beyond the whole satisfaction you get from using your talents and abilities to help others. It could help with things like depression and anxiety. As you focus on other people, you move out of the vibration of self-pity, and, you are able to connect with and feel whatever it is you're looking for. As you tap into the love, the guidance, healing, care for, nurture, whatever that it is that you yourself can use in that process of tapping into it to give it away, you also connect with it and are able to experience it yourself. So it's a win-win for everybody. Now, with that said, while the key to transcending life's hardships is to take your pain and transform it into love, that doesn't mean that you yourself won't still be without your own challenges and have your own demons to fight. All right, so you got to keep your cup full. You can't give away what you don't have. This means you got to be selfish and actually take care of yourself first in order to have the love and support you want to give to somebody else. In order to have that to give, tend to your emotions, talk to somebody that you trust, or write in a journal, cry if you feel like crying. Superheroes are humans too. So allow yourself to be that. Love yourself enough to be human and take care of yourself, okay? You're not perfect. None of us are. And also do things that feel good and bring you joy. Of course, this will involve applying your talents and skills to help others, but it might also include things like spending time with loved ones and hanging out in nature, playing sports, traveling or exploring the world, watching funny movies. Give yourself a break from your superhero duties, recharge your batteries, and live the quality of life that you're hoping to help someone else have in the first place. You deserve that too. And definitely have a daily spiritual practice, a daily one. Like, this is maintenance, okay? You have to do things that'll help you maintain your connection to yourself or your higher being, however you like to think of it. It could be meditating, it could be stillness, it could be walking barefoot in the woods or your backyard, whatever. and surround yourself with people who feed you, who feed your soul. Chadwick's pastor said that he had a, strong faith, and pastors and spiritual teachers, whatever, like they can also be very helpful with that. So can musicians, therapists, YouTubers, comedians, whoever feeds you, whoever, helps with the burdens that you carry. Like, I have a whole plethora, a whole warehouse of people I listen to daily who, can feed me depending on whatever my mood is. So, you want to surround yourself with good influences and support systems. And that's how you do it. That's how you transcend your adversities, live in your purpose, and become a real life superhero. You let your talents and abilities that bring you joy take you from patient to doctor, and you help the people who can use the very help that you yourself need. And, you take care of yourself while you do it. All right? Like this video and subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time, this is Tasha Caulfield reminding you to stay sexy.